have heart disease first, and you touched on blood sugar and diabetes. They're the two greatest causes of
muscle. And whenever you overtrain any muscle, you get fatigue, right?
Hi, everybody, and welcome to the Kidney Coach YouTube channel. I am naturopath Fiona and co-creator of the Kidney Disease Solution and part of the Coherence formulation team and owner. And I'm joined today by the wonderful, beautiful Dr. Carla Stanton. Yeah. So why don't we start with, what is heart coherence? What am I even talking about? What does that even mean?
Yeah, absolutely. So it turns out that the heart is really an important, it's kind of like the linchpin. I kind of think of it as between the brain and the body. It kind of ties everything together. And when we look at your heart, we can really see it's a window into the autonomic nervous system real time. We can see really what's going on behind the scenes, under the hood of us, see how well the body is functioning. So the way your heart beats moment to moment is a real-time reflection of your physiology, of how it's working, how much order, how much homeostasis, or how much disorder or dis-ease or stress is going on in the body. And it's this constant state of flux. So when we can create something called heart coherence, what's been sort of shown in all the research over 20 plus years, is that when your heart is beating in a certain rhythm, a certain pattern, what we call coherence, that actually induces optimal physiological performance. It takes us out of that stress, that incoherence, into more of like a homeostasis, order, and that allows all those 50 plus trillion cells in your body to optimize much more functionally. So the way it works is like this. We used to think the heart, beats like a metronome, like steady state, but actually it's not. Your heart is like, it's listening all the time. It's paying attention to what's going on in the body, and it's adjusting your rate of your heart depending on whether, do I need to run, do I need to fight, or can I relax and be? And so the rhythm is always changing. So it's either speeding up or slowing down, speeding up or slowing down. And we might call that heart rate variability. So people often wear, we often wear these wearables, and we talk about how's your heart rate variability.
You've got one on your finger now, don't you?
Yeah, I've got my Oura ring. So these are really, really helpful tools to look at like how much variation is going on in the heart rate.
And just so people understand, run us through the biochemistry of fight or flight, stress, and being incoherent, and what that means for the physiology of a person when they're coherent. Because obviously a lot of people with kidney disease have heart disease first, and you touched on blood sugar and diabetes. They're the two greatest causes of kidney disease, chronic kidney disease in the world. So just walk us through how physiologically the body changes when we can regulate our coherence and improve that.
Yeah. Okay. So we all live in these, a lot of us are taught that we live in these two physiological states, okay? That the nervous system either lives in a state of fight or flight, go, stress, or it lives in a state of relaxation, rest and digest, feed and breathe. And we might call that sympathetic in the medical world and parasympathetic, okay? And so I kind of equate these to like muscles on our biceps, right? Actually, in health, a lot of us think like stress is bad, relaxation good, right? But it's actually doesn't work like that in health. It's way more kind of complicated in a way, but it kind of makes sense if I walk you through it. So if like this is my muscle of stress and this is my muscle of relaxation, in health I should be able to have a bit of healthy stress. We all need a bit of challenge to perform, right? So I should be working this muscle, but I should also be working my muscle of relaxation as well. So this is health. We're doing both, okay? So maybe I have a bit of challenge, but I also can relax at the end of the day. The challenge is, for most of us, the problem with a lot of dis-ease that happens is that we overwork this muscle. Like we don't know how to move into relaxation. So we go. There's always so much overwhelm in the world that we particularly live in. So we're overworking this muscle. And whenever you overtrain any muscle, you get fatigue, right? You get breakdown, you get dysfunction. So we lose energy. That's where we get that fatigue, that burnout, that slump, that, chronic adrenal insufficiency. But also we're not actually none of us have been taught how to work up this muscle. So we might go to this one. They're like, well, I can't relax. I don't know how to relax. And this is week 2. So we need to kind of have both of them working. And actually it turns out coherence is this area where they're both working at the same time. So some people like will do relaxation techniques, which is really important. But for those of us who need to still do things, we want to be creative, we want to perform. Actually, if you're really relaxed, you just don't want to do anything, you just lie back and go to sleep, right? So you want to find the sweet spot, the bliss point. As it turns out, there is a range which is physiologically measurable, which is coherence, which is where this sympathetic and parasympathetic is merging. It's like a dance. So it's sympathetic, parasympathetic. And that's when you breathe in, your heart speeds up, and when you breathe out, your heart slows down. So it's this constant interplay, so that it's more like a unified way of being. And so if we can start to just move away from this dominant go, this is the realm of doing, and this is the realm of being, instead of like do and just being and not doing anything. It's like a do, right? I mean, it's a balance. Okay, so that's a helpful way to kind of remember it. So it's from a sort of physiological point of view. So this is like adrenaline, cortisol, but it's really physiological disorder. You're getting surges in cortisol, and then you get a slump of cortisol. It's extremes. It's really about the optimal balance, and this is this bliss point of coherence that we're trying to generate, and by simple practices. And we know that emotionality, when you feel, that's a chemical that you're experiencing the effects of, and we actually produce a lot of these really positive, nourishing chemicals in our heart.
But thank you again, and anyone watching, remember to hit like. Make sure you give us a like. That helps all our YouTube algorithms and to appear to other people that might need to hear this. And remember to hit subscribe so you'll get notified anytime we produce more content. If you want to find out more about Kidney Coach and supplements Kaigenesis, head over to www.kidneycoach.com. Yeah, so thanks for being on the journey with me, sister. Love you lots.
Love you too. Thank you.
Thanks, everybody. We'll see you next time. Bye.